Welcome to the tutorial explaining the new Calculated Attributes feature of Accurity. This new feature allows you to create calculation rules in your model-driven data warehouse development solution. Calculation rules establish relationships between attributes of a business data model that are dependent on each other and define these relationships in the form of calculations. Calculation rules can be created for every attribute in your business data model. To create one, navigate to the Attributes section and select an attribute you wish to write a calculation rule for from the attribute list. You will find the calculation rule text box in the upper half of the Attributes detailed view. Through this text box, you don't just write the rule itself, but also connect other attributes to the equation via attribute chips. You can add a chip by clicking the Add Chip button and choosing one from the searchable list, or by choosing an attribute from the list to the right and dragging and dropping it onto the calculation rule text box. This creates the in-app connection between these attributes. But the context of their relationship is ultimately defined by the calculation itself. Write it as you would a mathematical equation in a way that accurately describes this relationship in the real life of your business. Each attribute displays the number of calculation rules it is included in. Scroll down and click the Reference by Calculation Rules button to display all attributes whose calculation rules mention this particular attribute. Calculation rules are also inheritable. If you create a calculation rule for an attribute that is a parent to other attributes, keep in mind that these child attributes will be automatically assigned this calculation rule as well, unless you create separate rules for them or delete them all manually. You can tell a calculation rule is inherited if you see this inheritance icon above it. Thank you for watching the tutorial on how to use the new calculation rules feature. In case you want to know more about calculation rules or another feature of Accurity, click the Help button in the top right corner to open the Accurity user guide. Feel free to contact us with any feedback you may have. We wish you smooth and efficient use of Accurity. Goodbye.